mountain is exploding. The ground beneath your feet is shaking so violently you cannot stand. The sky above you, just minutes ago blue and cloudless, has turned black. A wall of fire and ash is moving toward you faster than you can run. The air burns your lungs with every breath, and around you thousands of people are screaming. This is August 24th, 79 AD, and you have less than 18 hours to live. But this morning, you did not know that. You wake before sunrise in a city that is very much alive. Pompeii in 79 AD is not a small village. It is a thriving cosmopolitan Roman city of 20,000 people. Wealthy merchants, skilled craftsmen, enslaved workers, retired soldiers, prostitutes, priests, politicians. A city with running water, paved streets, restaurants, theaters, and a gladiatorial arena. A city that smells of fresh bread and horse dung in the sea. You step outside into the early morning air. The streets are already busy. Bakers are pulling loaves from stone ovens. Slaves are hauling water from the public fountains. A cart driver is cursing at his mule on a narrow street worn deep with wheel ruts. Somewhere nearby, a dog is barking. The volcano on the horizon, Vesuvius, is simply there, as it always has been. Its slopes are green and lush, covered in vineyards that produce some of the finest wine in the Roman Empire. Nobody in Pompeii thinks of it as a threat. Nobody in the ancient world even has a word for volcano. You walk through the Forum, the beating heart of the city. Merchants are setting up their stalls. A politician is shaking hands near the temple steps. A group of children run past laughing. The smell of grilled meat drifts from a thermopolium, the Roman equivalent of a street food restaurant, where a cook is ladling hot food from terracotta pots built into a stone counter. This is a normal morning. This is just another day. By midday, the streets are at their busiest. You pass the brothel on Via dell'Abbondanza, its walls painted with explicit frescoes that serve as the menu. You pass the bakery where 81 loaves of bread were found still in the oven, preserved forever in ash, exactly as they were placed that morning. You pass the home of a wealthy merchant, its interior garden filled with fountains and flowering plants, its walls covered in vivid paintings of gods and mythological scenes.
His price is high,
the baths
but the
are
alliance
full.
is formed.
Men are scraping oil and dirt from their skin with curved iron tools. Conversation echoes off the vaulted ceilings. Steam rises from the heated pools. This is where business is done. Gossip is exchanged. Alliances are formed. And then, at exactly 1 in the afternoon, the mountain moves. Not an explosion. Not yet. A deep, low rumble that you feel more in your chest than hear with your ears. The ground shudders. A crack runs up the wall of a nearby building. Someone's wine cup falls from a table and shatters on the stone floor. People look at each other. In Pompeii, small earthquakes are common.
It's my right.
They have been feeling them for days. Most people shrug and go back to their conversations. They should not have done that. At 1:17 in the afternoon, Vesuvius erupts. The sound is unlike anything any living human has ever heard. A column of ash, rock, and superheated gas explodes upward from the summit at 500 meters per second, eventually reaching 33 kilometers into the sky. The cloud blooms outward at the top like a giant pine tree made of fire and darkness. For a moment, the entire city freezes. Then the ash begins to fall. It starts slowly, like gray snow drifting from a suddenly darkened sky. People hold out their hands and watch it settle on their palms with curiosity. Some go inside. Some tie pillows to their heads with rope, a pitiful shield against what is coming. Some gather their valuables and run for the city gates. You run too, but the ash falls faster now, heavier. Pumice stones the size of fists begin raining from the sky, striking the streets, the rooftops, the people who haven't moved fast enough. The air is thickening with sulfur.
Father,
Your
we
eyes
must
are
keep
burning.
moving.
You
We
can
cannot
barely
stop.
see.
Leave it all
The
behind.
streets
Save
are
yourselves.
chaos. People are running in every direction.
Out of my way! Let me
A woman has
pass!
dropped her infant. A man is dragging a cart piled with silver. A soldier is standing completely still in the middle of the street, looking up at the sky, unable to move. By nightfall, the ash is knee-deep in the streets. Buildings are beginning to collapse under the weight. Those who stayed behind, the elderly, the sick, the slaves who were chained and could not run, and those who simply waited too long, are now trapped. At midnight, the mountain sends its final judgment, a pyroclastic surge, a superheated wave of gas and volcanic matter at 700 kilometers per hour, rolls down the slopes of Vesuvius and hits Pompeii with the force of a nuclear blast. The temperature reaches 300 degrees in an instant. Everything stops. Every person, every animal, every loaf of bread in every oven, every fresco on every wall, every coin in every purse, frozen, preserved, sealed under 4 meters of volcanic ash in a single terrible moment. The city that was alive this morning, the bakers and the merchants and the children running through the forum and the couples arguing in doorways and the dogs sleeping in the sun, is gone. And it will not be seen again for 1,700 years. When archaeologists finally excavated Pompeii in the 18th and 19th centuries, they discovered something extraordinary. The ash had preserved everything so perfectly that they could pour plaster into the cavities left by decomposed bodies and recreate the exact positions of the people in their final moments. A man shielding his face with his arm, a family huddled together in a corner, a dog still chained to a post, frozen mid-struggle. They were not statues. They were people. Real people who woke up on a Tuesday morning in August and had no idea that the mountain they had lived beside their entire lives was about to erase them from the earth. You could have been one of them. In another time, in another life, you were. Today, Pompeii is the most remarkable archaeological site on Earth. Over 2,000 bodies have been recovered. The graffiti on the walls is still legible. Election slogans, declarations of love, insults scrawled by bored teenagers. The colors of the frescoes are still vivid. The ruts carved into the streets by thousands of cartwheels are still there, worn deep into the stone by a civilization that no longer exists. Walking through Pompeii today, you do not feel like you are in a ruin. You feel like you are in a city that was simply paused. Like everyone just stepped away for a moment and will be back shortly. They will not be back, but they left everything behind. And everything they left behind tells us who they were, what they ate, what they worshipped, what they feared, what they loved. Pompeii did not survive, but its story did. And now, so does yours. If this journey moved you, please give this video a like.
Erased in a
Subscribe
single
to
day,
History Gets Alive.
it
Because
still
every
speaks
week
to the
we bring the
world
stories that history
2,000 years
almost
later.
forgot back to life.